Here we are for the 6th chase race of the season, and it's the halfway point in the chase to Subway 500 here at Phoenix. So a lot on the line here today, especially since, the first half will be down after today, and then we'll really get a feeling of who has a chance going into these final 6 races of the season. So let's take a look at our 42-car field. Alex Stewart in the 13 has the pole. Trey Rainey in the 56 is 2 is outside. Then Andrew Miller is in 3rd. 4th, Tim Randolph. Rounding out the top 5, got Isaac Nichols. Then 6th, you have John West. 7th is Bray Ernest. 8th is Cynthia Bright, who won here at Phoenix earlier in the season. 9th is Eli Bright. Rounding out the top 10, got William Seaman. Then the rest of the field, your points leader, Code Luigi, 2 is inside the 99 of Steve Larker. Then Adam Lewis and Max Anderson. Joe Jefferson and Derek Hamill. Then Derek Bouchard and Justin Heath. TJ Hanley and Marcus Sachi. Then Luke Rainey and Levi Shones. Patrick Smith and Avi Hernandez. Josh Tomito and Riley Spraley, Francis Dustin and Brandon Tharp, then Alexander Rowe and Michael Canto, Tim Gary and Kevin Bandon, Jay Jefferson and Jason Tomito Jr. Then the next row, you got Wyatt Walker and Keegan Thompson, Evan Hunter and Jeff Bright, Julius Anderson and Michael Gregory, and then Casey Mito and Jonathan Beeford rounding out the field. That's your 42-car field here at Phoenix. As we know, go down trackside, you hear the command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew is ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
And the 7th, Alexander Rowe, one of your chasers, blowing up here on the pace lap. And he slowed down these cars behind him. Let's hope they can get caught up in time to get to the green flag. So coming to this race, Alexander on the 7 was one of the top ones in points. He's only 5 points behind Code Luigi. This will definitely impact his chase. Pace cars and 47 laps here at Phoenix for the Subway 500. We're going to go racing in the 6th chase race of the season. We're green with Alex Stewart leading to the green flag. Three wide down the backstretch for a second. Isaac Nichols with a move to the bottom lane. As Alex Stewart keeps that race lead as they hit turn 3. Nichols drives it to the bottom lane. And now they come off of turn number 4 for the first time here today. Beating and banging for that 3rd position. Trey Rainey, Andrew Miller making some contact. Alex Stewart clears to lead lap 1. Here comes Andrew Miller in the 31. Brady Wormnest to the bottom lane as well. As they go through 1 and 2, they're still 3 wide for that 3rd position. Now down the backstretch. Yeah, this dog leg. Very, very unique to Phoenix. Front 2 have cleared. They're still 3 wide behind. Miller in the middle lane is going to have the best run off the corner. Trey Rainey trying to keep it tough on that outside lane, though. Wormness does get very, very tight down low. Outside 3 and 4 is really the place to be, but the inside 1 and 2 is where it's at. You gain a lot of time on that inside lane in 1 and 2, but on the outside 3 and 4, you can hold your own ground. So now come down the dog leg. Once again, they're 3 wide. Code Luigi, your points leader, one of them up top. And the 42 car, there he is, fading back just a little bit. He's trying to keep his points lead over Francis Dustin. He had a 4-point lead over that 27 car coming into this race. He definitely doesn't want to be up top 3 wide, because if that 22 just so happens to slide up into him, that could cause a big crash and taking that 42 out of the chase. They are making some contact right there, but they do keep it straight. As we look up ahead, these 2 have cleared. Wormnest still not giving up on that 3rd position. Andrew Miller, though, has the better car, it looks like right now. There, he just has the lane. Look at Nichols drive it to the bottom lane up ahead. He has a good run off of turn number 4. He should be able to clear easily down the front stretch. The 48 car now out front here at Phoenix. Great run there for Nichols off the corner. He timed that right. Wormnest did the same. He gets to 3rd. But here comes Trey Rainey on the bottom lane. Look back. Your points leader, Code Luigi, has cleared that 3 wide. He can actually get down to the bottom lane now if he really wants to. So good to see that your points leader won't be crashed out here. Wormnest way up the track for 3rd. Trey Rainey to the inside. Alex Stewart back on Isaac Nichols for the race lead. Stewart trying to get it right back. Nichols has just led a few laps now. Here comes Stewart to the bottom lane. Nichols keeps it to the outside of that 13 car for now. They roar down into turn number 3. Stewart clears into turn 3. Great move there by the 13. Trey Rainey gets to 3rd. Andrew Miller going for 4th as Wormnest continuing to fall back. Way up the track. That 10 car looks very, very tight right now. Tim Randolph going to get to that middle lane to the bottom now in front of Cynthia Bright. Wormnest going to lose the top 5 spot right here. Rainey now up the track. Andrew Miller underneath him. Almost some contact there. Miller's going to get to 3rd. Trey Rainey a little bit tight up the track. And Rainey might fall outside the top 5 here. As Randolph moves to the inside, he's going to get by in 3 possibly, although Rainey does get a good run off the top of 4. Brady Ornis back in this battle in the 6th position. That's right now, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Cynthia Bright in 7th. Remember we said she won at Phoenix earlier in the season. She's looking to sweep. It's not been a great... Oh, back there I saw Kevin Band make some contact. Thought that could have been a crash. Looks like they were able to keep it off of one another. But yeah, Bright trying to sweep here at Phoenix. It hasn't been a great season for her, so she would love to obviously get to victory lane and just celebrate. As the caution has come out. First caution of the day. Stewart leads us back. Involved Marcus Sachi, one of them. Jonathan Beeford as well. Thompson might have some damage. Francis Dustin is off pace in the back, so he might have been involved. Jason Smeal Jr. coming down pit road as well. So let's see what happened to bring out caution number 1 here at Phoenix. Watch the A3 Max Anderson. It's really the start of this. Levi Jones is right there. Anderson kind of pushes up into that 14, and then Anderson just kind of slides up into Sachi. They spin hard into the outside while Levi Jones gets some damage. Hard damage for the 14. We'll have your chasers. Jason Smeal Jr. hits hard. Sachi up off the ground. Tharp slams on the brakes. Gary does the same, and oh, the 17 does make some contact with his teammate right there. Buford gets some damage, but some others drive by. Very, very big. So many chasers back here. Francis Dustin, second in points, was back here. Levi Jones, the guy in the chase who got the most damage in the 14th, has not been this chase stretch that he's wanted. And now he gets even more damage and even worse finish here today, possibly. We actually don't know. That damage could be nothing. But from what we've seen, it's hard contact. Let's go on board with him. As long as it didn't mess up the engine or anything under the car too much, he should be fine, but still some damage to that 14. Brandon Tharp in the 6th, able to sneak his way through. It's never good when you see all 4 tires up off the ground in front of you. Tim Gary in the 16 gets some damage in all this. He got rear-ended by his teammate Julius Anderson. He had stopped, but Anderson couldn't get stopped in time. TJ Hanley in the 30 has an onboard. He was right in the middle of all this. Yeah, he did a great job there committing to the gas. And Francis Dustin, second in points back here. Almost involved. Great job there by Dustin and his spotters. Just find a lane through it. Take some time. So Alex Stewart leading the field back to the stripe. They're on pit road as they've gone a pretty good ways, and this could be their only pit stop of the day. If not, it's on the edge of their fuel window. So Alex Stewart going to lead the field in. He has he was the pole sitter, so he has the number 1 pit stall for today's race. And we'll see who wins the race off pit road. And is it going to be 2 tires or 4 tires is the question. I would honestly slap on some 4 Goodyear tires, but Isaac Nichols takes 2. Front 2 take 2. And I think Nichols is going to win the race off pit road. Stewart did. Look at Trey Rainey taking 4. Some of these guys taking 4 tires. I like that call of taking 4. Rainey first off with 4 tires. Just pack more fuel in it. You never know how close you're going to be on fuel. So I believe Alex Stewart actually did win the race off of pit road. Nichols just gassed it up to get by. And the 13 car still erased the release back to the green flag. Coming back to the restart. Lap number 13. Alex Stewart off pit road in front with the race lead. Alexander, remember, had that gearbox issue. He's out of the race. He will be your last chaser. Jonathan Buford also out along with Marcus Sachi. Jason Smeal Jr. lap down to the inside has some damage. There are still 38 cars on the lead lap. Alex Stewart is out front. Isaac Nichols is 2nd. Andrew Miller 3rd. Adam Lewis 4th. And Cynthia Bright 5th. Then John Weston 6th. Brayron is 7th. Derek Hamill filling for DJ Reed in 8th. 9th, Trey Rainey. First off here with 4 tires. Running out the top 10, Kevin Bandon. So yes, it's a mixed strategy of 2 and 4 tires there towards the back of the top 10, the top 20. So we'll update you on that. The green flag is back waving. We're back racing as the 33 obviously very slow on the bottom. It'll be interesting to see how he does compared to these guys. Through the corners he'll be fine, but down the straightaways is where it's going to be the biggest issue. Trey Rainey moves down to the bottom lane. Hopefully that 33 moves up and gives the bottom lane, which is the more beneficial lane. Hopefully gives them to the leaders. Andrew Miller's got to that 2nd position. Jason Smeal Jr. slides up the track. Kevin Bannon goes up the track. He might split to the middle right here. He's gonna. He's look back up to the race lead. Alex Stewart still holds it, but Andrew Miller's got to 2nd. He has a fast hot rod. Behind them, shuffling hard, almost hitting. Well, they're getting close back there. Miller Looks like that car is just a little bit faster than Stewart's right now. Drives it to the inside in turn 3. Can't commit the power off the corner. Code Luigi, your points leader, took 4 tires on that pit stop. He's back here in this big pack, battling within the top 20, 25. Contact in front of him between the 33 and the 78. Code Luigi has to get down in line. He's getting passed by so many chasers right now, being stuck by that 33. Dustin blowing up! Second in points is blowing up. That's a second chaser that's had problems with some sort of engine issue here today. Alexander Rowe first down, and now the 27 of Francis Dustin. It's an engine problem for that 27. As his teammate Andrew Miller gets to the race, he plays that a big issue for RCR possibly. Is it RCR engines? You know, Code Luigi has to be feeling a little bit more comfortable, but he's back at the back of the pack. He's one of the last chasers. He would still probably lose the points lead if he finished back here, so he has to really make his way through this field and be very calm about it. He has to be very patient, very calm getting through this field. He has Wyatt Walker in front of him, Tim Gary, that's one of your chasers. That's a point right there, he knows. Patrick Smith and TJ Henley, that's 2 points right there. And then you can see the next point is all the way up here with the 18 and 14th. And then you got Joe Jefferson. Jeff Bright has found his way into the top 10. John West is right now your highest chasers. Andrew Miller continuing to pull away here at Phoenix. 30 laps to go. Everyone just keeping their positions for now. You can see this is the battle for the highest chaser, I believe. John West has it. The caution has come out. TJ Hanley, Jason Smear Jr., Julius Anderson, Levi Shones, Patrick Smith. Where is Code Luigi at? I believe he's missed it. That's a lot of chasers right there. The third car all torn up. He's out. Andrew Miller leads the field back. That looked like a pretty big crash there involving many chasers. TJ Henley, one of them, and that had to happen right around the 42 of Code Luigi, your points leader. So let's check out what happened. We're at caution number 2. Big hard racing here at the middle of the pack. TJ Henley in the middle, downloads Steve Larker in the 99, and then Patrick Smith in the 51. And Larker just takes Hanley up to the top lane. Smith's already up there. They get into Avi Hernandez around as well. Those three go into the wall hard. Tim Gary nowhere to go, nails into that. And then Levi Schultz gets spun around. Thompson slams on the brakes on the throttle. They both miss it. Jason Smio Jr. goes in there and hits the 30, and then Julius Harrison around the outside hits hard. And I think he was already committed to the high side and just couldn't let off in time. Look at this in real time. They're going to go on board with many chasers, as so many involved. I believe 3 that I counted right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 involved. So let's go on board TJ Hanley first, as he was really the first guy to go around. Nothing of his doing, though. The 9 just pushed up into him. He got nailed right there by a few people there. Also going on board with Patrick Smith in the 51, as he was also involved. You know, now this makes me wonder. Steve Larker subbing for the 99 at Martinsville got Code Luigi, one of your chasers, mad. So now, is he going to get like 3 or 4 more mad at him as he just took out TJ Hanley and some others? Pretty heavy rear end damage there by Shones. He should be able to continue on unless he gets hit by that 33. He didn't. Okay. Tim Gary in the 16 also involved. Once again, gets more damage. I don't know how bad that damage will be, but it's definitely some. Brandon Tharp in the 6, one of your chasers back here, flies through it. Look at the spots he gained because the 42 and the 36 checked up. And then one more of your points there, Code Luigi back here in this madness. I think he pulled low knowing that there were going to be some guys flying on by him and just being like, hey, I'll give up that spot just to make sure I keep a car. Andrew Miller leads them back, and they stay out. I believe everyone has stayed out. And Miller will lead us back to the green flag in that number 31 car. Come back to the restart, lap number 23, and 2 more chasers have been tamed. Julius Anderson, of course, not a chaser, but he's also out. TJ Hanley and Tim Gary have both retired from this race because of that crash. So there are now 35 cars left in the race, 34 on the lead lap. Andrew Miller, the one out front, the 31. Alex Stewart in second, Isaac Nichols third, Adam Lewis fourth, and Bray Ernest in fifth. Then Cynthia Bright in sixth, Trey Rainey seventh, John West eighth, Jeff Bright ninth, and Derek Hamlin rounding out the top 10. See Coluigi, your points leader, back here in the 28th position, but still has a car in one piece. They come down the front stretch, green flag back out. We're back racing. Samir Jr. once again going to be very slow on the bottom lane. We'll see how he impedes traffic this time. Who jumps down low first behind him? Of course, being down low on the corners wouldn't be too bad. Alex Stewart looking underneath Andrew Miller for the race lead already. Stewart showing that he got a great restart right there and got through 1 and 2 very well, but can he hold it to the bottom lane of Miller is the question. They're side by side as they come off of turn number 4. Smeo Jr. pushing up into one of your leaders right there. It might have been Jeff Bright. Miller with a great run off the top clears Alex Stewart and gets back to the race lead. The battles for third, though. Nichols and Adam Lewis are battling hard as back for the race lead. Alex Stewart back underneath Andrew Miller, albeit though he didn't have such a great corner exit right there. Miller kind of pulling a little bit, but Stewart down the straightaway had the power. Miller way up the track. That's not going to help him get a good run off. Alex Stewart clears, but does Miller do a crossover? No, he's not close enough. He didn't have the run to do it either. Big battles up here for the race lead. Miller looking back on Stewart now as they go down the dog leg. What great battles this is between the 13 and the 31. And then behind them, 2 Hendrick cars battling between the 22 and the 10. Great racing here in the front 5, front 10. Caution back out. There was another crash. This time Luke Ray, Keegan Thompson, Jay Jefferson all with damage. As the rest of the field comes across, it looks like Coluigi. If he was near, he missed another one. It happened in 1 and 2. Joe Jefferson with some damage to that 39. I don't know if that's from a different incident or if that happened because of that crash. So, caution number 3 has come out. A few cars involved. Let's check out what happened. This was actually 2 separate crashes here. This first one will happen because of the both of them happened because of the 33 of Jason Spino Jr. But Luke Rainey in the 22 is going through 1 and 2. Branthorpe drives it in, gets into Tim Ranoff, sends him up into the 2, and it spins Luke Rainey out hard into the outside wall. And then that was only one of the crashes. In fact, that was the single car spin for Rainey. We'll look at that in real time as that was a pretty hard crash into the outside wall. But the next one happens. You saw Jefferson, the 1, was involved in it. As you can see right here, he's through the middle of the 33, Jason Smeo Jr. And Smeo keeps coming down on him, pushes him down into Max Anderson, and spins them up to the outside wall. Gets Avi Hernandez and Keegan Thompson. It flips Jefferson over. He lands back on all fours, and I don't know if I've ever seen a guy get going as fast as Jefferson did. That car flipped, and once it landed back on all fours, he was like, oh, I'm still going straight, and he kept it going. Right here, it gets hit right there by Keegan Thompson, flips that car over. Once it landed back on all fours, he was fine. So once again, the 42 of Coluigi was near this, and he once again missed it as his teammate went flipping near him. So first, let's see both of the incidents. Jeez. He had to slam on the brakes so many times there. And then Branthorpe in the 6, the guy that spun Luke Rainey, missed both of them. I'm sure a lot of drivers are going to be hoping that that 33 is now out of the race because of that crash, because he has really been affecting some of these restarts. So back in front, it was Andrew Miller. Once again, they're staying out, and under 20 laps to go, we'll have a restart. That 31 car out front looking strong. Come back green, lap 30, 18 laps to go, and we get the green flag, and heartbreak for Cynthia Bright trying to sweep here at Phoenix and has a header issue under caution. So a lot of mechanical failures happen here today. Alexander Rowe, Francis Dustin, now Cynthia Bright. Jay Jefferson, of course, joins Jason Smith Jr. as a lap down, as he, remember, went flipping. Surprised that car is not out. It's actually still runnable. So Andrew Miller in 31 leading. Second, Alex Stewart, and Adam Lewis in third. Isaac Nichols fourth, and Bray Ernest in fifth. Then Trey Rainey in sixth. Seventh, Derek Hamill. John West in eighth. Eli Bright in ninth, and Joe Jefferson rounding out the top 10. The 39 does have some damage. I don't believe it's anything severe. Should be able to get up to speed. They come down now. Green flag back out. Those two on the bottom, obviously, very slow. Front 5, 6, 7, 8. about 8, 9 cars get by. Smeo Jr. even more damage now because he's not even keeping the speed up through the corners. Moves up high already. Look at Joe Jefferson blocking that 34 down low. He's like, I have to get down low. I'm a chaser. I have to get down there. Jeff Bright and Eli Bright, the two Brights. One of them a chaser is going to get stuck up high. Eli's going to get a hole through the middle lane for Jeff to follow through. So Smeo Jr. going to get caught to the outside. Alex Stewart back for the race in. Andrew Miller and clears him off of turn number 2. Behind them, Trey Rainey has moved up to 4th. Brady Armnest is right now 3rd. Maybe the 4 tires starting to kick into gear for Trey Rainey just a little bit. Possibly watch for that. Taking 4 tires might have been the right call in the long run. Miller and Stewart still balanced side by side to the stripe. They come. Stewart leads by a nose, but Miller is showing that he's there. The battle for 3rd as well. Trey Rainey to the inside of Bray Armnest. And Miller clears Stewart. Rainey does the same to Wormnest. Great battles up inside the top 10, top 5. Rainey clears now, has his sights set on the front 2. Hasn't been the season Trey Rainey won after making the chase last season. Got a win at Chicago, was in the chase for quite a while, then just started slipping here in the second half of the season. But now here he is battling inside the top 3. He's right behind the battle for the race lead right now. They keep side by side. Watch for Trey Rainey. He's going to get to the inside. Miller right here off turn number 2. Big run for the 56 down the backstretch. I believe 4 tires was the right call right here. Look how much faster he is. He can rotate these corners so well. He keep it down to the bottom lane. That's the difference between right now the 56 and the 31 and the 13. Rainey is mowing them down. Now he has to try and get by the 13 car and run away. Which is easier said than done. You can see right now he can't even get by the 13. That dirty air affecting his car. So right now your highest chaser is in the 7th position. It's John West. Here comes Joe Jefferson 8th. He's looking to get 12 more points. Derek Hamill way up against the wall. Car's getting tight because of that tire wear. Brandon Tharpus the next chaser. Then Luigi. Jeff Bryce falling all the way back to 24th. Possibly taking 2 tires back there is not a right call. Riley Spraytube is blowing up as Trey Rainey has cleared for the race lead. Now can he pull away is the question. Andrew Miller back for 2nd. But that 56 just running away with it right now. These guys that took 2 tires, they might be feeling it right now. Cars getting tied up the track. The cars that took 4, they're marching through the field. Joe Jefferson was one of them that took 4. He's up to 7th, but he's marching up onto the top 5. He could possibly be your highest chaser. Luigi, your points leader, is marching through the field. He took 4 tires as well. He's gotten into the top 20. He's going, trying to pass these guys, trying to extend his points lead. Jeff Bright took 2. And he was one of the last guys on 2 tires. He's back in 24th now. Same with Kevin Ban right behind him. Just shows that 2 tires was possibly not the right call here today. 11 laps to go, but still, Rainey has not really separated himself from the 31 and the 13. He's pulled away to a good distance, but it's not what we thought we were going to see. Back there battling inside the top 5. Adam Lewis and Isaac Nichols battling side by side for 5th. Nichols wants to get a top 5 after just winning at Martinsville a few races ago. Joe Jefferson trying to once again get the highest finishing chaser, 12 points. He just did it last race. He's looking to do it here again today. He right now has it locked down as John West is right now in the 9th position. Now 10th, falling back to outside the top 10 now. Joe Jefferson in the solid 7th position. And now they have caught Trey Rainey once again. Andrew Miller is coming. So Rainey has not been able to pull away. In fact, the 31 has closed in just a little bit these last few laps. Are the tires starting to wear off? Has Trey Rainey possibly used up his tires? Could be very, very interesting. Come down to these final 7, 8 laps. Is everyone towards the back getting single filed out? No real battles there. Miller and Alex Stewart still side by side for 2nd. These two have been battling all race long. But now it's for 2nd. It's been for the race lead pretty much all race until that 56 got out front. They've still been battling for 2nd. Miller trying everything he can to try and run down that 56. He knows this is his best chance to win this season so far. Front 4 have kind of pulled away. Then 5th, Derek Bouchard is coming up on those 4 tires. Joe Jefferson possibly used up his 4 tires. He's starting to fade just a little bit. Or maybe Joe did take 2. And he just saved his tires a little bit longer. Derek Bouchard definitely did take 4. You can see right here he's marching into the top 5. And now Andrew Miller's kind of holding up these guys as Trey Rainey's gotten right back away. Stewart looks to the bottom of that 31 car, coming to 6 laps to go at Phoenix, so we're winding it down. Joe Jefferson, Isaac Nichols in the battle back there. You see that? As Derek Bouchard's gotten to the top 5. He's right now to 5th. Joe Jefferson trying to keep his 7th position as Nichols is falling back. He might fall outside the top 10. John West is right now 11th. Brandon Tharp is marching through to 14th. And Cole Luigi's made no ground in the 20th position. But Jeff Bright's coming back up for that 21st position. And Kevin Bann right now, right there. Levi Schultz, Patrick Smith. See Luke Rainey and Jason Smith Jr. probably might get caught by these front few. So now 5 laps to go. So if the caution comes out, the race is over here at Phoenix. Wormnest and Alex Stewart now battling for 3rd. That's kind of relieved the pressure off of Andrew Miller. Miller can kind of focus ahead now and try and hit his marks and run down the 56, which is what he's doing. If he has no one behind him to challenge him, he's really fast. Wormnest drives it to the bottom lane. If they stay side by side, Miller can try and run down Trey Rainey. Now 4 laps to go. It's going to be hard to do it. But if that 33 or the 2 possibly interfere, watch for that. They will come see 3 laps to go this time. Trey Rainey trying to hold off Andrew Miller to win. Miller drives it into turn 3. Gets to the back bumper of the 56. He's still there on him. Now they're going to try and get around the 33. Rainey to the bottom. Miller stays high. 3 laps to go. Some contact between the 33 and the 31. Miller saves it. Smith Jr. now still falling back. Bouchard way up to the wall. Back down almost into his teammate Seaman. That 33 has caused a lot of problems for a lot of drivers here today, and it's causing a lot of problems for the 34. Bouchard gets to the bottom and by. Now 2 laps to go for Trey Rainey. But Miller showed that if he can get to the back bumper of the 56, he has a shot. He drove it hard into 3 that last time. Coming to the white flag. Trey Rainey has a 31 on his bumper. Does Miller make a hard charge in this final lap? Here they come. To the white flag they come. 1 mile left at Phoenix. Rainey on 4 tires. Miller on 2. Down the back. It's going to take a Hail Mary out of that 31. I just don't think he has it. But now as they hit turn 3. Miller drives it hard into the corner. It's not going to be enough. Trey Rainey off turn number 4 protects the spot and wins here at Phoenix. And the chasers scramble across the line. Everyone scrambles across the line. And another non-chaser, Trey Rainey, wins the midway point of the chase here at Phoenix. The Subway 500 to that Napa Auto Parts Toyota of Trey Rainey as he gets out front with those 4 tires and holds off Andrew Miller. Great run there for Miller, though, on those 2 tires to end up running down Rainey and almost passing him. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Subway 500 at Phoenix. There were 3 caution flags for 12 laps and 7 lead changes among 4 different drivers. And the front 3 really dominated this race. Trey Rainey leads 13 of the 47 laps to get to victory lane. Andrew Miller ends up 2nd. He led 14 laps. And then the guy who led the most laps, Alex Stewart, ends up 3rd, leading 18 laps. Then Bray Ernest ends up 4th, William Seaman in 5th. Then Derek Bouchard in 6th, Adam Lewis 7th, Joe Jefferson in 8th, Casey Smith in 9th, and Isaac Nichols, who led 2 laps, rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20, and what a wild race this was. A wacky race as well. Your front 3 positions were the guys that started 1, 2, 3. Stewart ends up 3rd, starting 1st. The guy who started 3rd ends up 2nd, and the guy who started 2nd ends up 1st. And only 1 chase driver in the top 10. That was Joe Jefferson in 8th. And I believe there was only 4 inside the top 20, that being Joe Jefferson, Brandon Tharp, Code Luigi, and John West. So a day where Code Luigi ends up 17th, not what that team is used to, but ends up actually gaining him points, which is very, very beneficial, especially with some of the issues some of the other chasers has. We look down 21st to 40th. Jeff Bright, he finished 22nd. You would think that would be a bad day. He was the 5th highest chaser. I'm sure he'll take that. Kevin Bann was 25th. He ends up 6th highest chaser. And then Levi Schultz, Patrick Smith had their damage. They're off pace just a little bit, end up 28th and 29th. Down here, Tim Gary, involved with that crash with TJ Hanley. Dustin blows an engine. Alexander Rowe blows a gearbox. So that's all what happened there. So look at the right side of the screen, your points. And I believe Code Luigi should keep it. I have not done them yet, but in my thoughts, I think Code Luigi still has the points lead. But could be close. And something interesting to point out about the 42, I just saw a pattern here looking down at this paper. His first two chase races, he was the highest finishing chaser. Then the third and fourth chase races, he was the eighth highest. And then these last two, he was the third highest. So it goes 1-1-8-8-3-3 for him. So if he finishes, say, fifth, watch out for him to finish fifth in the eighth race as well. So just a little interesting tidbit I found there. Joe Jefferson has been the highest finishing chaser in the last two races. So that 39 team fighting something here as of late. If they can keep that trend going, they will have a shot at the championship. So the next race, this one's going to be wild. The Can-Am 500 at Pensacola. See you guys then.